Okay, this video is about crafting diamond rings. It's going to be a complex video, so it's going to be long. If you want a 2-minute video, as I always say, go watch someone else's video. Alright, I took 1,000 alterations and spammed them over a whole bunch of diamond rings. All of the rings were eye level 84 or higher. That means we can roll, I think, all of the mods that are possible. There may be some stuff that I don't know about going on at 85 plus, but yeah, that's kind of hearsay at this point. And I recorded the good rolls. I didn't record the bad rolls, that would have been too tedious. I rolled Flat Fizz T1 15 times. Pretty easy to get. One of the most common, 15 out of 1,000 is still kind of low, but compared to everything else, it's a relatively common roll to get. T1 Flat Elemental, regardless of element, is very difficult. I only achieved it once, so 1 in 1,000. I may have been unlucky, not really sure. There is a divination card that gives you flat lightning damage. I'm half wondering if they actually nerfed the chances of rolling this because that card exists. One of the reasons I did this was because I had a feeling that rolling T1 life had become a little harder than normal. Anyway, moving on. Elemental damage with attack skills, very desirable on the diamond ring. T1 only rolled it once, did roll it 3 times on the T2 bracket. So it's, to get something decent, definitely achievable, but it's pretty uncommon. T1 energy shield, very easy to get. Very easy, and I didn't record the T2s because T2 is now kind of not good enough. Energy shield is not the meta. They nerfed it considerably, so it's really got to be T1 to be viable. And even then, it's going to be a hard sell. But very easy to get. T1 flat evasion, not really something people buy, but easy to roll. T1 life, pretty difficult to roll. It's about half as common as T1 energy shield. This is what I thought the situation was. Maybe I was unlucky before, and that's why I had that view. Maybe I was unlucky again during this 1,000 alt test, but nonetheless, this is what I got. I might repeat this, maybe go out to 5,000 alts, but so far T1 life is looking pretty hard to get. That's something that feeds into how we craft, which I'll get to in a minute. T2, pretty easy to get T2. Maximum mana, not that common, but it happens. Some builds like mana, so I recorded it. Accuracy T1 or T2, very easy to get. +1 all attributes. I may have missed a couple of these. I don't know. It just doesn't seem right that it only happened once. Yeah, so take this with a grain of. This is the only one that I have doubts over. Dex, strength, and int. For some reason, I rolled strength, T1 strength a lot. I feel like that's an anomaly because I haven't really noticed that before. But hey, maybe there's more chance of that. You'd think Dex is more synergistic with a crit ring, so it looks like GG haven't really altered the RNG of Dex to sort of fit that theme of the ring. But anyway, these are the numbers. Pretty easy to get at least one of these. Remember, if you're just selling it, you're not trying to craft something too specific. Doesn't really matter which one of these you roll. Probably strength is best because it gives life and damage, but the other two still add value. Cast speed and attack speed. I thought attack speed was a little more common in general. I know it's not meant to be, but it's what it felt like. Anyway, they're both pretty rare. Only 5 times each out of 1,000. Yeah. But just as common as each other. Moving on to the resistances. For some reason, lightning res was very hard to get. This was 1,000 alt test, so pretty big sample size, especially considering I recorded over 3 tiers, and it was lowest in all 3. I mean, you've got what, about 28-ish, something like that. 29 total, uh, you know, rolls if you sum up the row for fire and cold, and then you've only got 13 for lightning. So a bit under half. Is lightning res harder to roll? These numbers are pretty compelling because I recorded so many tiers. It's seriously bad RNG for lightning res if this is wrong. I'm half wondering if they made lightning res harder to roll because it's more valuable for certain builds. Is it Howler? Is it Choir of the Storm? I think there are some uniques that really buff you off the lightning res that you have. Chaos res, pretty rare. I already knew that, but these are the numbers. Tri-res, actually, somewhat common for a T1 or T2 roll. And mana regen, this is just the T1. Reasonably common, I guess. So the big, I guess, upshot is that because life, cast speed, and attack speed are so hard to get, as well as flat added elemental, as well as increased elemental damage with attack skills, all of those are rolls we might use an Orb of Annulment on. Okay? Anyway, those are the numbers. I guess because there are so many affixes, it's reasonable to say at least one or two of these are going to be really out of whack, just because chances are you'll get weird RNG on something, right? Maybe that's what happened with the lightning res. Not really sure. Maybe this is actually unlucky, but it just fits with what I've seen all league. Remember, I went into this predicting Energy Shield was twice as easy to get as life, and that's what happened. Okay, go back to the game. I've discovered that if you use an Orb of Annulment on a rare ring with 3 mods like this, it stays rare even though it's only got 2 mods. So that means to keep working with this ring I have to exalt it. I'm not willing to do that unless the 2 mods are really, really special. It would probably have to be life and like attack speed or something like that. One of the rare ones. And even then I'd have to think twice. Anyway, be careful using annulments on rares. They will not go back to magic. So these are all the rings that I kept. After 1,000 ults, I ended up with, I don't know, about 30-ish rings. And then I separated the annulment ones. Remember I singled out cast speed and life and so on? I'm going to try and annul off the life gain on hit here and just keep the life. And I'm going to try and do the same to get rid of the flat fizz on this one. Remember, it takes, about 120 ults to, maybe even more than that, to roll life. So that's about 6 chaos. So these only cost 3 chaos. So to get rid of this for 3 chaos and just have life again is worth it. Now it's only 50-50 chance, so it actually really is going to cost you 6 chaos on average. But that still works out as break even. And in addition to that, it saves a ton of time because it takes a long time to ult spam T1 life. And it allows us to, generate potentially a very good item. Now I assume it stays magic, so let's just do that. Yeah, it stays magic. We bricked it. We got rid of the life, so that was a bust. We might put the bad rings down here. This one we want to keep the cast speed. There we go. And now we have another chance at getting something good. Am I crazy, or is that what I just wiped off? We're going to have to try that again. Surely not 3 times in a row. Oh, flat fizz. Again, I'm going to run out of orbs, I think. Okay, so now we've bricked it. So, you need good luck on that second org, but I think this is the right way to go. Okay, let's try this one. Bricked the wrong thing. You want to get rid of the fire res here because it's such a bad roll. There we are. Now, is this a bug? Is it just re-rolling what it already had? We did that twice in a row. What are the chance? I don't think it's bugged. I think we just had some crazy RNG there. Okay, that's. I'm sure I'll scrap the life here. Yep. If this is buggy and it's doing stuff like that and making you actually just waste these, that's going to be infuriating. This is an amazing ring. It has T1 flat fire. Look how huge that roll is. It's so rare. It's rarer than cast speed and it's rarer than life that I'm actually thinking about metacrafting it. It could be, the question is it more intelligent to exalt this and try and get life? Because if we roll a suffix, say we roll rarity suffix, which is useless, we can exalt it again. So we get multiple shots without risking losing the fire. So I'm not going to make that call right now. I don't think I'm going to use an annulment on this ring. I think I'm going to... I don't know. If it was flat lightning, it's probably worth more. Anyway, just thinking out loud here. So this one, it's only T2 weapon out or increased elemental damage, but that's still kind of hard to get. And okay, let's see if this actually works. Yeah, it's a different thing, and we bricked it. But even getting that one shot at the augmentation is worth it, I think. Okay, let's try and get rid of the mana regen. Very good. We're actually having okay luck with the annulments. Okay, now we've got a T2 cold res. So this is pretty darn good. And now we need to regal it. Is that T2? Yeah, that's actually a T. It could be. I don't like the way they make these brackets because this could be. Actually, no, it's not. I take that back. It's actually a T3. With some things, it's hard to tell if it's like what tier you're in. But this is definitely a T3. But I think it's still sellable. I can put a second resistance on this. Yeah, pretty good money, I think. I'll have to ignore that. Okay, so this is rare, and because it won't go back to magic, I'm not going to persist with this ring, but I will try and sell it. This one I think is not even sellable. This one probably not sellable. And this one probably not sellable. So yeah, I think, gee, I don't know what to do with this. I'm gonna put it aside. If I had a lot of currency, I would definitely exalt it, but I don't have that many eggs. I could go buy some more. They're only like 37 chaos. It's pretty crazy. Okay, so now these are all the other rings that I just regaled. So you saw me use annulment orbs on the blue rings where I wanted to get rid of one roll. Over those 1,000 alterations, all the other blue rings that had 2 good rolls, I just regaled them, and this is what I got. So, everything here came out okay. I put the weird ones over here. So some of these are some bad regals, like life regen. Didn't really want that, but I can't annul it because it stays rare. T1 energy shield, tri-rares accuracy. These are all sellable. What I want to do now is go through and find out which ones I want to slam with an exalted orb, because I might as well do that. That's definitely a contender. That's a contender, but probably low priority. I didn't record rarity in my Excel table, but any ring that rolled double rarity, I kept it, and it happened twice. So twice in 1,000 alterations, I got 51% rarity. I would have probably kept anything above like 40%, so I just got lucky and they turned out to be above 50. This is a bad strength roll, but it is T1 on the other two mods, so that's possibly exalt worthy. That is not, probably not exalt worthy. So yeah, maybe put that over there. Definitely not exalt worthy. Maybe we'd have to get life. That's the other rarity ring, so that's maybe not even sellable. This one, maybe exalt worthy. This one probably not. Maybe. Actually, because the energy shield is not the meta, I don't really want to exalt this, but if I got life, it might be good for a hybrid build anyway. I'll leave it there. No, not exalt worthy. Definitely not exalt worthy. This one I'd have to get life, but think about it. This one not exalt worthy. That one probably is. Yeah, strength and life both T1. Pretty good. This ring here, I'd have to roll life, but it's feasible. Remember, even a T2 life roll is going to add a lot of value to any of these rings. I think the dex roll is kind of low on this, so is the chaos res. Not even really sure why I regaled it, but it is actually sellable, but I'm not going to exalt it. Maybe that one. So any ring that has T1 life, like this one, is probably a priority, or just a really rare roll like this one. You know, this has a super rare roll, 42% elemental damage with attack skill, and the other two rolls are really good. So even though I've got to hit life, if I do that and I hit it, the value of this ring goes up hugely. It's nice to start off with life already on there, but it's probably worth it for this particular ring. This one not so much, because all those rolls are pretty common. I don't think I'll exalt that. If the fire res was higher, maybe. So yeah, just rethinking a couple of these. This one, I don't like having strength and int together, but it is T1 life. Yeah, I'll leave it up there as a contender. That's definitely a contender. I don't want to exalt. I'm just double checking all these. Probably that one because of the T1 strength and life. This one, okay, it's T2 life, but the other rolls are both T1. I've only got 4x, so this one as well. It's actually a T2 resistance and T2 life, but still a good ring. This one, it's like T3 strength and no life, so probably won't do that. Okay, so I've only got 4x. I'll probably just buy another one and do all 5 of these, but let's just say which one's worse. Probably this is the... This one I have to get life, so This is a very low probability of success. There's a low probability of success with this ring. Remember how rare life is? 7 out of 1,000 for the odds. Obviously the odds are slightly better because we've wiped out 3 alternative rolls. Actually, more than 3 if you think about it. But anyway, here we go for the exalted slams. I won't even look at it. Oh, evasion. You know, it's still a sellable ring. Plenty of people playing life evasion, that's for sure. And with int on an evasion ring, that's kind of nice because often evasion characters struggle for intelligence. It's just not a very good roll on the evasion. Did I get my money back from the X? Probably not. But do I regret it? No. Oh, we got cold damage. So this is actually a pretty bad ring now. It's not worth pursuing as an amazing ring. Maybe we'll... I don't even want to use an annulment on it because we can't, regal it again. It has to go back through the exalt process. If I could wipe off both of the damage rolls, we would maybe be okay. In fact, I'm just going to try and do that because I don't think this ring's worth... It's worth trying to... What is it, about a 1 in 4 times 1 in 3, right? So it's a 1 in 12 chance of success. If I just sell it now, it's probably like a 10 chaos ring. So, okay, and now it's now it's a 0 chaos ring. I'll recraft that from scratch. This one, oh, we got rarity. It's still sellable. 10 strength. Damn, that could have been great. Yeah. If that had been even 30 strength, that would have been an amazing ring. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy another exalted orb. This is like 4 essences for me. It's no big deal. And we want to do this. We've got to basically get life. Strength. Strength adds damage. Accuracy adds damage. Fire damage adds damage. So it's kind of like there's 4 damage mods on this ring. I don't know. Is that kind of amazing or not? I'll put some life on it. I'm not going to put an annulment orb on this and YOLO again. I think that it's somewhat valuable like this. I wish I could test it. I'm not an attack character, I'm a spell character. But between the crit, the strength, the fire damage, the accuracy, and the elemental damage, it's got to be a pretty good ring. Anyway, that's it. I haven't even worked out if I've made a profit yet. Really, the interesting thing here for me was the statistics which I highlighted in Excel. If you don't know how to value rings, learn a bit more before you try and do this. Don't try and craft 1 ring at a time. Make sure you've got plenty of currency to get started. Anyway, all that stuff's pretty obvious, I think. So, thanks for watching. I think I'll leave it there. I go and benchcraft some of these. I don't think I'll exalt anything else. And I might start again with another 1000 alterations. Pretty sure I won't have to keep doing this for too long before I get something great. What is the best ring that I've crafted so far? It's probably this one. The price is not probably realistic. It's just that I don't want to sell it, for less than it's worth. So I'm thinking about what to do with it. It has T1 strength, T2 lightning, T1 elemental damage, and T2 life. Did I say that? T2 life. It's interesting with this. Do you want to put, do you exalt it or not? Because it's kind of nice being able to craft armor if you need to. If you don't want to craft armor, you can craft flat elemental, but you can also craft a suffix. So having that double variable or double, freedom of choice is pretty useful. Unfortunately, it's not a spell damage ring. So anyway, that's the kind of thing that I would like to get with that 4th mod. And if I was really trying to get something mirror worthy, I would YOLO it again. I'm not sure if I would with this because it's T2 life, but would I sell this for 10x? No. Would I sell it for 20x? Probably not. Will I sell it for 30x? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what it's worth. Problem is someone could throw an exalted on this, and if they hit a T1 or T2 roll, it's going to definitely be worth 100x. Because you always want it with at least one craftable. Anyway, this is the kind of thing you can hope to get. So, thanks for watching, and yeah, see you next time, I guess.